intergovernmental institution for the use of microalgae spirulina through spirulina initiatives that have a special priority for the developing and the least developed countries, is committed for the same. The microalgae spirulina, not only because of high nutritional components, but also other factors such as an easy availability, accessibility, affordability, and assimilation in human body, where other supplements fail, holds significant potential to realize a world free of hunger and malnutrition and achieve the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. And each one of us that is present here would be an agent to realize and accomplish our mission of a world free of hunger and malnutrition. Thank you. Muchas gracias.
The more we study, the more we fall in love into spirulina. Oh, it's very good food, you know. We say that Genonoma and spirulina, maybe Genonoma is a king, then spirulina must be the queen. And when these two combine together, we have perfect food. That's why now we have so many beautiful testimony when these two are combined together. Genonoma and spirulina is not my food supplement, it's my main food. You must take Genonoma, you must take spirulina, because they are more potent than vegetable. They are more important than vegetable.
So, Mr. Maradona, all the best.
Intergovernmental institution for the use of microalgae spirulina through spirulina initiatives that have a special priority for the developing and the least developed countries is committed for the same. The microalgae spirulina, not only because of high nutritional components, but also other factors such as an easy availability, accessibility, affordability, and assimilation in human body, where the other supplements fail, pose significant potential to realize a world free of hunger and malnutrition and achieve the United Nations Millennium Development Goals.
That's why now we have so many beautiful testimony when these two are combined together. Ganoderma espina is not my food supplement, it's my main food. You must take Ganoderma, you must take spirulina, because they are more potent than vegetable. They are more important than vegetable.
About. This is years. And so this synergy that we're going to have between IIMSAM and DXN is just going to be awesome. So for those people who have no idea and no clue of what spirulina is, let me run a quick video.
Has declared that spirulina is mankind's best health product in the 21st century. UNESCO has concluded that spirulina is the most ideal and perfect food of tomorrow. The US Department of Agriculture has published Spirulina Food for the Future. And it has been proposed by both NASA and the European Space Agency as one of the primary foods to be cultivated during long-term space missions. In 2009, 2005, an open letter was published to all governments from the United Nations, urging the development of the sun and utilize the nutrients in their watery environment. Then, through a photosynthetic reaction, the cells produce protein, sugars, fatty acids, and vitamins, as well as rich in proteins, sugars, fatty acids, and vitamins, as well as minerals. Protein is a vital element that the majority of living organisms need for their healthy development. In order to evolve. In fact, spirulina is rich in proteins, sugars, fatty acids, and vitamins, as well as minerals. Protein is a vital element that the majority of living organisms need for their healthy development. Worldwide food shortages are certainly possible in the future. Countries like China and India have already declared that spirulina is a national priority in food production. In practice, the global food production and distribution system creates hunger in a world of abundance. 2/3 of humanity lives in poverty and suffers hunger. Every 5 seconds, a child under the age of 5 dies of hunger or hunger-related diseases somewhere in the world. The question has been addressed by the United Nations World Health Organization through the creation of the Intergovernmental Institution for the Use of Microalga Spirulina Against Malnutrition. The IIMSAM is currently running pilot projects using spirulina around the world with promising results. Spirulina can stop this untold misery. Agriculture cannot.
So you see that this specifically affects the age group, the children age group, as well as the pregnant women worldwide. And United Nations especially has these, 17 sustainable development goals that they mean to be used to transform the world. And they are called basically aimed by to let the countries to come into action, poor, rich, or whatever kind of countries they are in, middle income group, to promote the prosperity while protecting the planet. They recognize that ending poverty must go hand in hand with strategies that build economic growth and address a range of social needs, including education, health, social protection, and job opportunities, while tackling climate change as well. So we understand, more important than ever today is these goals, which can help us provide a critical framework even to fight or combat the COVID-19 recovery. So what are these 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations? Let's have a quick look of that. These are the goals, and these goals are meant, and for us, when we are going into this partnership, we need to know these goals. So just have a quick look at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, so you have an idea what we are talking about. So for us, when we are talking about these sustainable goals, goal number 2, that is zero hunger. Goal number 3 is good health, which is very important, and partnerships, goal number 17. These are very important. And that's what we are here for, to actually have a collaboration. And when you look at today's special event, we are actually, before starting this virtual signing ceremony, with the United Nations Economic and Social Council,
priority for the developing and the least developed countries is committed for the same. The microalgae spirulina, not only because of high nutritional components, but also
hungry in the world. If you've ever seen a baby that hasn't eaten in a week, you would see what I mean. And when you see this, it makes you a different person. You know, I'm an old man now. But I'm trying to do good for the children of the world.
yes, so we are here just inviting Dr. Lim also. So give me a few seconds while I bring him up and I introduce him also, and you can stay there. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
So I heard some complaints about the audio quality. Let me know if the audio is good or audio is bad in the comment section. I can just see everybody live, commenting there. To go forward, let's also understand the role of DXN. DXN has been contributing a lot over the last 27 years into the health segment. And we have to watch the small video of DXN to understand what DXN has been doing. So good morning, Dr. Lim. So I have Dr. Lim with me, and I also have Remigio Maradona with me, and it's a great pleasure to have both of your the distinguished guests with us today. And sir, this is a very great moment, and I really would like to tell you that what today we are witnessing is a great event, and I have both great personalities on my right and left hand side. So to just start with, Remigio Maradona, you're the Secretary General of IIMSAM. Can you share a few words about this amazing partnership between DXN, Dr. Lim, and IIMSAM?
Sure. I'm very honored to have met Dr. Lim and having the opportunity to make this world a better place to live. DXN is not only a company that is providing sustainable income through their businesses with over 10 million distributors around the world in 180 countries. You can imagine how many people can live a decent life because of DXN's products. But it's one of the few companies in the world with compassion in a heart. And I think Dr. Lim's leadership reflects that in DXN. This is a man who started in 1993 from the very beginnings and is now worried about ending this acute malnutrition from all over the world that the UN alone cannot, UNICEF alone, the UN alone cannot do it. They need partners, they need supporting mechanisms to end almost 900 million people that suffer acute malnutrition, the #1 killer in the world, according to UNICEF. It is time that in 2020, with Dr. Lim's leadership as a Goodwill ambassador of IIMSAM. IIMSAM is a very humble organization. We have just started a few years ago, and with extreme difficulties, we have managed to feed over almost 1 million people suffering from acute malnutrition in Kisumu, Kenya, about an hour and a half from the capital, Nairobi. And we can do much more. We can start playing in La Liga, as we say in football. And we can start playing in La Liga with Dr. Lim's generosity of giving 1 million kids an opportunity to live another day. This is an unprecedented gesture of a man with a compassionate and heart, leading a wonderful company like DXN, and we are proud to be their strategic partners, and we hope we can do great things in the world for these children that are suffering acute malnutrition. Very instrumental in their contribution to ending poliomyelitis, the illness that affected my upper extremity. If you've noticed in the video, I had problems lifting my arms, and I've lived with this for 50 plus years now. And I am so honored to now that polio has been eradicated from the face of the earth, with a few cases in Afghanistan and in Pakistan, but otherwise we have made a great contribution. This was a synergy of cooperation of not only the UN, UNICEF, but everybody, the private sector, the public sector, people like Dr. Lim with a good heart and compassion for those who have been less fortunate than him. And this is an opportunity for us to go and attack malnutrition, which is just as threatening as polio was in my generation. We need to do the same effort. Dr. Lim and I will try our best. IIMSAM and DXN cannot do it along with the UN and UNICEF. Everybody has to get together with Dr. Lim's leadership. It's called acute malnutrition. It should end in the year 2020, towards the year 2030, in support of the United Nations Development Goals. But it can only end with the efforts of everyone involved. everyone, not just DXN and IIMSAM and the UN and UNICEF. It has to be a battle of all of us.
Absolutely.
It is World War III. Opportunity, Mr. G here next to my right, Mr. Salim, the whole DXN team is a very compassionate team, which is very rare to see in the private sector. But with them, we have an opportunity to make a dent in this dreadful illness that is acute malnutrition. I know maybe I went over it a few minutes I got, but I get excited with these things. And Dr. Lim, I want to thank you one more time. And thank you so much.
Being actually spearheading the whole mission of fighting malnutrition through the organization IIMSAM. And for that, as he said, he definitely needs the brand ambassadors, the Goodwill ambassadors who carry on the message.
Yeah.
Secretary General. Okay, Mr. Barandona. So, fighting malnutrition. Actually is our mission from the very early of the day. The times the malnutrition in the world is 40%. Okay, then after 10 years, it's still 40%. And today, when we are talking in front of the camera now, it's still 40%. And our formula is very simple. No? If we give 3 grams to one children, okay, 1 month 90 grams, say rounding up to 100 grams. So with 1 kilo of this spirulina, we can take care of 10 children in a month. Now we are going to go for the campaign. Okay, $1 for 1 children. Let's say the cost to supply 1 kg of spirulina until the children, we have estimated to be about $10 per kilo. Okay, so that we have out of 10 million members, hopefully that we can have 1 million of them to join us for this $1 for 1 child. They just need to donate $1 to us, okay, then we can take care of 1 children, okay, in a month. This is a beautiful concept. This is and I hope together with a member of DXN and together with IIMSAM, I think we should be able to achieve the goal. So this will be the first goal that we are going to achieve is to have were stunned, grow, become small. So when they bear the children, the children also doesn't do well. So we have seen a lot of that in India, in this Pakistan, also in Africa, and it's heartbreaking a scenery for them. And we just need only 3 grams, 3 grams of the spirulina. And DXN, we already started to. We are going to do it aggressively. We are going to build about the farm, with 1,000 pond. So we are going to produce a few thousand tons of spirulina in the near future. Okay, so hopefully, so for 1 million children, we need about 100 tons a month. Okay, to give to them. So we are moving towards this target. So once this target is achieved, at least we have done our part, okay, as a responsible entrepreneur in this world. So that malnutrition and poverty, all these things come side by side every night. Millions of children, go to the bed. Without food. Okay, they go to the bed empty stomach. Okay, so these two come thousands of people. Already get out of poverty because of DXN. So we are going to together with IIMSAM. Okay, we are going to hand in hand together so that hopefully one day the malnutrition and so poverty will become a past tense.
Malnutrition. So 2020, in a way, was not so good. If you look what happened a few months back, with the COVID-19 pandemic. But this day of 2020 is an amazing day because 19th June 2020 will always be remembered as a day when two great organizations, IIMSAM and DXN, joined hand to take up a global challenging situation of fighting malnutrition. And this is very important because malnutrition is also one of the major causes of weakened immune system. And as Dr. Lim has always taught us through his approach of gynotherapy, that you have to build up your immune system because it's your immune system that has the ability to fight all the diseases. So without wasting any time, I want to take this opportunity to ask both of you dignitaries, Dr. Lim and Mr. Maradona, to, you would be presented with those papers. And I want to, initiate the signing ceremony, the virtual signing ceremony. I think this is the first time we are doing this, and I'm also the first time hosting such an event. We are at home, you're in Dubai, and Dr. Lim is in Malaysia. So can we start the signing ceremony, the official signing ceremony? Yes. Yeah, the official signing ceremony. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the official signing agreement that has been done between the Secretary General of IIMSAM, Remigio Maradona, and the CEO Chairman of DXN, Datuk Dr. Lim Siow Jin. We have signed the official MOU document that have been presented to them. Now, that makes Dr. Lim, actually, with this agreement that you have signed, Dr. Lim, you have taken up another big responsibility now that has been conferred upon you. Now you're the Goodwill ambassador. Now you have another responsibility to fight malnutrition through microalgae spirulina. Any comments now with this additional responsibility at this age?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, with this agreement, what I understand is now, as IIMSAM supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of 2020 and 2030, and we plan to together change the world, distribution of 1 million acute malnourished children with DXN spirulina is what we are aiming to with this agreement. Then we are also planning to do a clinical study to assess the efficacy of DXN spirulina on children. Then we are planning for prospective DXN spirulina cultivation in Dubai, UAE, prospective plans for setting up a small factory or production facility. And from that, some part of that would be given to IIMSAM for free for the humanitarian purpose that IIMSAM is involved in. So I think this partnership is definitely going to be very, very crucial. Dr. Lim, any few words after the signing agreement?
Yeah.
Any words you want to add? Something?
Me?
Yeah. Anyone. Before I'm going to open up the floor for the question answers. And I have almost 1,200 people watching us live. 1,200 people. It's a huge gathering. 1,200 people watching us live. And now, when I'm going to open up the floor for questions, you'll be flooded. So I'll have to pick them up. So before that, you can just summarize something. Both of you all. Anyone. First.
So, His Excellency,
Yes.
you talk first.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sorry, I didn't hear clearly. Like I said before, in order to end malnutrition, we need people like Dr. Lim. Sectors like the United Nations, UNICEF, IIMSAM, of course, is very small compared to UNICEF and the UN. We cannot do it alone. We need the private sector involvement. We need to follow the footprint that was done in the campaign against polio. And if we do this correctly, as they did with polio, although it took a few years with polio, we can say that the world is probably most likely polio-free now. I hope in a few years, by 2030, if I'm still alive, I hope so, because I'm taking this in eradicating malnutrition that so many times people have made the efforts and promotions and this and that. But like Dr. Lim pointed out very eloquently earlier, that the statistic has never changed in decades. So it's time to change the statistics to comfort all of us and to work in a synergy of unprecedented cooperation in support of the UN Millennium Development Goals 1, 3, and number 17. If we do that, I think we have a good shot in knocking out malnutrition out of the ring forever. Thank you, Dr. Lim, again, for your visionary leadership in DXN, a wonderful company that, as I said before, provides support also for over 10 million member distributors around the world. And you have a beautiful and very compassionate Indian team for the most part. I haven't met the rest of the people. So you see that in itself gives hope to the world that I am American, that all of us, doesn't matter where we come from, we all put our brains together, we can solve the problems of this world. Instead of reading fake news and violence on TV. We should concentrate on doing positive things for the world. And we have the institutions to do it. We have the private sector to do it. And the time is now. If it is not now, it will never be. And I just hope that Dr. Lim, with the help of IIMSAM, we can accomplish a dent this perennial disease called malnutrition, acute malnutrition, number one killer in the world, according to UNICEF. This chain that we have against the kids going to bed hungry when there's enough food in the world to feed 10 million people. So it's we will try our best, and I'm sure Dr. Lim will try his best, and I just pray that we will be successful and help the UN fight this thing once and for all. And I thank the entire team of Dr. Lim. He has a fantastic team here in Dubai. We're overseas also. And the contributors and the distributors of DNX can also put in their help to end malnutrition. Not just Dr. Lim and I, his team here, but all of us. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias y que Dios les bendiga. God bless you.
Doctor.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Your Excellency. Okay, I think you are still looking very young, very energetic, you know. So we are expecting for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from you. Okay. So now tonight I think the mission is very clear. Okay, the magic number is 2030. So hopefully that together with IIMSAM, okay, DXN, we will mobilize our millions of distributors worldwide, okay, to fight against the acute this malnutrition. So our target is 2030. Hopefully, in 10 years' time, we will bring down the statistic. Okay, and DXN, we also are establishing the spirulina farm throughout the whole world. Now we have 3 big farm now. One is in Malaysia, one is in India, another one is in China. And we also experiment set out this pilot plant in Mexico. So in Latin America, in Peru and in Mexico, we are going to set out the spirulina farm too. So in Africa also, so that in the future, we are not only distribute the spirulina throughout the whole world, we are going to bring the technology, you know, of cultivating spirulina throughout this thing. So whoever they are interested to cultivate the spirulina, we are more than happy, you know, to exist them, to do this thing. And this is a very beautiful this algae. And the spirulina is the more you learn about spirulina, the more you fall in love with it. You know, it's a very strong this thing. You see, we go to China. It's so cold, you know. It's so cold, it survives very well. We bring to India. If you want to know what is summer, you go to India, you know, very hot, but this thing yet is also survive. Okay, so we hope that with this beautiful algae, with a beautiful this organism with us. Okay, so DXN with hand with IIMSAM, together with millions of DXN members, we are going to make this world more beautiful. We're going to make this world more peaceful. Nowadays, because of the virus, because of the political instability, then we have trade war. There's so many things happening in the world. No? And we have nothing to do. We cannot do anything with the politics, but we can do something with the malnutrition. That's for sure. No? Okay. So that I request all the DXN members. Okay. So from now on, we should join hands together and remember the $1 for one child campaign. Okay. So I hope all of you can join us and together with IIMSAM, under the guidance of His Excellency Maradona. So hopefully that we can do something to remove the acute malnutrition. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So those were the promising words of our founder, CEO and chairman of DXN, Datuk Dr. Lim Siow Jin, now the Goodwill ambassador for IIMSAM. And when Doctor is being conferred that title, it also is our responsibility as DXNers, because that title also is our title, and we take the responsibility of feeding, as Dr. Lim said, $1 for one child. And if we do it, trust me, what UN or IIMSAM have been trying to do over the years and decades, we can do it in a few years. And I believe with the leadership and guidance from Maradona and the leadership of Dr. Lim and the whole force of DXN distributors, we'll be able to achieve this amazing feat. And so again, congratulations, Doctor, and congratulations, Maradona, for this amazing partnership.
So thank you very much,
Yes.
His Excellency Maradona. Okay, so I will see you in Dubai, and I hope you come to Malaysia also. Okay, I will bring you around in Malaysia.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank
we are just, Doctor, we are here opening up the floor for some questions, okay? Before a few questions. Yeah. So now, you cannot, Doctor cannot run away from question answers because there are many people who are going to ask you questions. Okay, so I'm going to pull down any questions that I see on the screen right now, okay? So if you have any questions, you can bring them up on the comment section. I'm going to pull them up and you can address it to any one of you. And actually, the comment sections are just coming with so much congratulations, and I don't think people have any doubts.
morning.
Yeah, good morning and congratulations. And I think the whole concept of bringing around almost around, now let me give you the numbers, or 1,200 people together watching us live, and the belief that they have that this is going to be possible, it is an awesome thing. And looking forward that since I don't see any questions, we can definitely wrap this up. And we can, I'm sure there you have a function, Dr. Lim, there you have a function there, and you're going to continue your felicitation program. So you can definitely continue with your program. And thank you, Maradona, for your time also. And it has been a pleasure to host this one-of-a-kind event, from my house on my sofa. And it's been an amazing thing, where we have one in Malaysia, one in Dubai, and I'm in India, Pune. Amazing experience. Thank you so much, ladies, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, friends, that was the, you can say a kind of signing ceremony that we just concluded with our very loving CEO and founder, Datuk Dr. Lim Siow Jin, now the Goodwill Ambassador for IIMSAM. And it's really, really a great opportunity now that brings us with an extra responsibility to take his mission forward, because IIMSAM has taken up a very, very big responsibility of, handling malnutrition with the use of microalgae spirulina. I believe we have, as a team, when we come together in DXN, we can do an amazing transformation of the world around us. So just a quick, picture of our spirulina, which we are going to use to combat this amazing battle against malnutrition. And also to let people know that I have the official certificate of Datuk Dr. Lim Siow Jin, who has been conferred the Goodwill Ambassador, for IIMSAM. This is the certificate for people who want to witness that. And it's an amazing day for us all, as a founder takes the responsibility and the decade of action of 2020-2030, a grand humanitarian gesture he's taken up for promoting the spirulina project around the world. And just a quick information, IIMSAM has been doing a lot of work. If you are more interested, you can definitely visit their page. IIMSAM has their page, www.imsam.org, and people who have no idea about DXN has its page, DXN, www.dxn2u.com. And for those VIPs attending at Dr. Lim's gathering today in Malaysia, thank you so much. I have the list. Thank you so much for attending. And I would also like to congratulate and thank especially the UAE team, Salim, Shabi, Matthew, sir, Jijit. All of you have done an amazing job. You have brought such a great opportunity for DXN around the world. Definitely, I also like to congratulate all the senior management of DXN who have actually aggressively promoted this campaign, starting with Etsy Theo, our CMO, and also our National Marketing Directors, Rafiq, Prajeet, Ashish, and if I missed anybody, everybody have contributed a lot. So please, as this session gets over, it also is a beginning for a new session of transforming the lives of many people around us. And we start with a very simple food supplement, an algae, spirulina. So thank you so much for staying tuned. See you soon. Bye-bye.